Today we have another great DIY video on how to recycle those old empty candle jars that we have laying around. We're going to be making ours into a great little lantern that's perfect for your apartment or home. First, we need to clean out that little bit of extra wax at the bottom of our candle. So boil some water in a teapot and fill your candle jar with it. Let this sit for several hours, overnight if possible. Come back to it in the morning and the wax will have all floated to the top and you can easily slide it out as I'm doing here. This won't be hot and the water will be cool, so don't worry about burning yourself or anything. All that's left at the bottom are the wicks that came with the candle. So in this instance, I have 3 wicks. So to remove them, I'm going to toss out the old water that we had from the tea kettle and put in some new water. This gives a little bit of leverage when you're going to pull out the wicks with your spoon. So take a metal spoon and then just slide it right underneath the wicks, and they should come out pretty easily as they have here. And do this with all of them and then toss them. Next, you're left with a pretty dirty empty candle jar. So give it a good scrub with some soap and water. I like to hand wash mine, but you can also throw them in the dishwasher. Be sure to remove any stickers on the outside if your candles have those as well, and you'll be left with a clean candle jar. So to get started, you're going to need some supplies. First, some loose glitter, the color of your choice, some Mod Podge, an empty candle jar which you've just cleaned out, a paintbrush or sponge. Then you'll need some tweezers, some contact paper from your local craft store, a good ruler for straight designs, scissors, old magazines or newspaper to catch the glitter from the inside of the candle jar, and lastly, a pencil or pen to trace your design. So we're going to trace our design on the contact paper to get started. And for my swirly design inside, I'm going to be using 2 straight lines from the contact paper. And it comes with these lines already on the contact paper, so this was really great for cutting them out. So you can see here I'm just tracing over those lines to give it a little bit more bold effect, and then I'm going to cut them out and use them for my design. You can also use stars here, circles, different line shapes. Really, it's up to you. The possibilities are endless. In my last video, my apartment tour, I actually showed an IU emblem candle that I had done the same technique with, which is where the idea of the video came from. As some of you asked me to show you how I made that DIY little candle lantern with the IU emblem. So here I'm just using a different design to show you guys how to achieve the same effect. So after you have your strips of contact paper cut out or whatever design you're using, you can place them on the inside of your jar. So don't place them on the outside, but the inside. And make sure you press down on your design very, very firmly so that the Mod Podge doesn't seep under the edges. And you can see here the great thing about contact paper, if you make a mistake, you can easily take it off and start over. So do this for whatever your design is in the inside of your jar, pressing very firmly on the edges of the contact paper, and you'll be left with something like this. Then we're going to add the glitter, the best part of these candles. So after you've firmly pressed down all of your edges, you're going to take some Mod Podge on your brush and paint the inside of your jar with it over the contact paper. Try to use long, even strokes if possible. The Mod Podge does dry clear, but you can sometimes see the strokes a little bit, the direction that they go in, so try to use nice, even strokes here. Then after you've got the Mod Podge all applied inside, you're going to dump some of your loose glitter in the color of your choice in the inside of your candle. And just spin the candle around until you've completely filled all of the Mod Podge with the glitter, and that you don't see any white on the inside of your candle when you look inside it from the top portion. So you'll see that we've achieved that effect here. And I know this looks very sparkly and tempting to play with, but you really want to let it sit now for 30 minutes and then come back in with your tweezers and remove the contact paper. This is the perfect amount of time to let the design sit but not become permanent and that you won't be able to remove the contact paper. You'll be left with something like this, and that's where you really need to let it sit and do its work. So it's going to dry completely clear, but in order to do so, you need to let it sit for at least 24 hours. When you come back the next day, you'll be left with a beautiful design that's unique to what you've created and a great decor item for your home or apartment. I like to use these as lanterns, as I said, and put little candles in them and make them a new candle jar. So I'm using some flameless LED candles here and placing them inside the jar. You can also use real candles or just leave them empty if you want. They're great for storage as well. But I like to take these and scatter them all over my home or apartment. They're also great to take outside for picnics or concerts or date nights on the beach, really, whatever your heart desires. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. It was really fun to make, as I've made a few of these candles and designs now. Let me know if you make them and what design you end up picking. Please subscribe to my channel and check out my blog, easywe.com, for more videos and great awesome content. I'll also link my social media sites down below if you want to check out my posts on other platforms. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and let me know your thoughts again and what videos I should do next.